Have you noticed how berberine has suddenly become the new buzzword in women's health? In recent years, I've been approached increasingly often by both women and fellow clinicians seeking my perspective on berberine, particularly how it compares to established options for managing PCOS. It's one of those supplements that keeps popping up everywhere, on social media, in fertility forums, and across clinic conversations. So today, let's unpack the research and talk about what berberine actually does and whether it truly helps with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll understand how berberine works, what the research really says, and when it may or may not be worth considering. Hi, I'm Melanie McGrice, an advanced accredited practicing dietitian specialising in fertility and reproductive health. I love helping women optimise their nutrition for hormonal balance, ovulation and conception. If you're interested in evidence-based strategies for reproductive conditions such as PCOS, make sure that you check the description box below for links to my other resources and ways to connect. So, what is berberine? Well, berberine is a natural compound found in several plants such as barberry and golden seal. It's been used in traditional medicine for centuries, but in recent years, researchers have started looking at it more closely for managing polycystic ovarian syndrome, a condition that affects up to 1 in 10 women and involves hormonal imbalances, irregular cycles, and insulin resistance. Now that's where berberine has shown potential because it seems to influence how our body responds to insulin and in turn can support both hormonal and metabolic health. Now let's explore what the research tells us, starting with metabolic health. Several clinical trials and meta-analyses have found that berberine improves insulin sensitivity, meaning that it helps your body use insulin more effectively. This helps to lower fasting glucose levels and reduce circulating insulin, a key goal in polycystic ovarian syndrome management. It also seems to help with cholesterol and triglycerides, improving lipid profiles, and in some studies, its effects were even stronger than metformin. That's why some researchers suggest berberine could be particularly helpful for women with PCOS who are also managing higher body fat levels or cardiovascular risks. Next, let's talk about hormonal balance. Many women with PCOS have elevated androgen levels, which can lead to symptoms such as acne and excess hair growth. Berberine has been shown to reduce total testosterone and improve the balance between luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone. In fact, some studies have found it to be as effective as metformin for these hormonal changes, and it may even lead to greater improvements in body composition, such as reducing waist circumference and improving muscle-to-fat ratio. So, while it's not a magic fix, it does appear to support hormonal regulation, particularly when insulin resistance plays a role. Now, let's look at reproductive outcomes. Some studies suggest that berberine may help restore ovulation and regulate menstrual cycles. It's also been linked with improved endometrial receptivity, meaning the lining of the uterus may become more supportive of implantation. One study even showed that women taking berberine prior to IVF had improved embryo quality and implantation rates compared to those taking metformin. That's promising, although more long-term research is still needed before we can say for sure how it affects fertility outcomes. So how does berberine stack up against other supplements? Well, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I always say supplements are designed to supplement, not replace, a healthy diet and lifestyle. When it comes to PCOS, berberine's effects are quite similar to metformin. Both help with insulin resistance and hormonal balance. But if we compare berberine with myo-inositol, another evidence-based supplement for PCOS, myo-inositol seems to have stronger benefits for restoring ovulation and improving carbohydrate metabolism. That's why, in practice, I tend to view berberine as a potential alternative for women who don't tolerate metformin well or who have particular metabolic features such as high cholesterol or insulin resistance, rather than as a first-line supplement. So, is it safe? Well, overall, berberine is considered well tolerated, with most side effects being mild, things like bloating, constipation, or nausea. However, most studies have only lasted a few months, so we don't really have strong evidence on long-term safety, especially during pregnancy. It's also worth noting that berberine may interact with medications for diabetes, blood pressure, or cholesterol because it can enhance their effects. So if you're considering it, it's really important to speak with your healthcare provider first. From my perspective, berberine is a promising and natural tool that may help improve insulin sensitivity, hormone balance, and ovulation in PCOS, but it's not a standalone solution. Nutrition, physical activity, stress management, and sleep all play a huge role in supporting hormonal health and fertility. So if you'd like personalised support with managing your polycystic ovarian syndrome, whether you're considering berberine, inositol, or simply want to improve your PCOS symptoms, such as boosting fertility, you can book a consultation with one of our international team of dietitians. You'll find the booking link in the description box below. And if you've tried berberine yourself or have any questions about it, I'd love to hear from you. Share your experience or ask your questions in the comments box below. You can also follow me on my other socials for more fertility nutrition tips and updates. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Did you get that for my bloopers? Such a dog.